Hello, hello. How is everyone? Oh my goodness. Where have I been? Oh my goodness. Let me make sure I got all this set right. I think so. I think I do. I think I do. Hello, Southern Ohio Prepping. How are you? I think all this is working right. Oh my gosh. It's been, I forget when I don't do live streams for a while. I forget. I forget everything. So, anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, so yes, I have been missing for a while. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm telling you. Coffee. Coffee is life. So, a couple of weekends ago, I went and um, spent the weekend with my daughter. Hey, McRae Family Homestead, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Mickey Murray, hello, beautiful. Oh my gosh. I went and spent the weekend with my daughter, and my youngest grandson is 6 months old. Well, he was sick. He had the crud, the, you know, croupy sounding cough, and uh, runny nose. And guess what? Guess who caught it? Yes, Mamaw. Mamaw caught it. So, um, and I've gotten a flu vaccine. It's required for my job, right? Even though I work from home and I'm not on site, it's still hospital policy that you get a flu vaccine. You have to turn it in and all that kind of malarkey, which is a whole different subject for another day, can I say? Um, but yeah, I got the cold. I caught the cold, and I have been scratchy voice and trying to do coder education, provider education, and you're all scratchy and sniffly, and that's been fun. That's been fun. So anyway, I you know haven't felt like doing a live stream very much, so I just said, you know what, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I thought I feel better, right? I'm able to breathe and not have all that scratchiness, and my sinuses are not bothering me as bad as they usually do. And it's getting colder, right? Um, so I thought I would, and I'm actually waiting on Spicy to come to bring me a smoker. So I wanted to get a smoker because I have a brisket and also a pork belly that I want to smoke. So I was going to buy one, right? Um, and I knew that Spicy had one that he uses. So I asked him, I said, can you tell me um, about your smoker that you have? I know that it's electric. Um, um, I don't know. That's about all I know of it, right? Because Josh is the grilling guru around here. Um, so I figured I would ask Spicy about his and see if I wanted to purchase one similar or if we wanted to go with a different kind. Um, with the work schedule, it's easy when you don't work, right? You can concentrate on that whole smoking thing, and make sure that it stays to temperature. But when you have a full time job and a career where you work long hours, right? And And I'm not ready to retire just yet. Maybe in a minute or two, but not ready to retire just yet. I got things that I need. So I was going to purchase one. So I sent Spicy a message and I said, hey, can you send me, the information on the smoker that you have? Well, he came back and said, hey, why don't I just give you my smoker, because we don't use it. They have someone over there that does all their smoking, grilling. So he doesn't use his smoker very often. And I was like, yeah, that'll work. So I didn't do any more research on it. So he said he was going to bring it today. Hopefully he will, because I am waiting on the brisket and the pork belly. Now, pork belly, is normally used for bacon. You cure it with a brown sugar mixture, and cure it for, 7-8 days, whatever. But this is smoked like a brisket. And I was watching a channel that I follow, and they actually took a pork belly that they smoked like a brisket, and it was looking delicious. So I said, okay, we're going to try that. So that's the plan, right? Sorry. My sinuses are still there, but I feel much better, so I'm glad. So he's supposed to bring that, and I've got a big brisket that I want smoked, and then the pork belly as well. So hopefully it'll turn out good. And I don't know if. So this is something that I want to talk about today, and you all can let me know, your opinion. Hey, Purple Tea Bear, how are you? So, with the way that my work has been going, I don't have a lot of time off, right? So my concentration, since we got to this property, is making the money to pay for the supplies that we need to finish the cabin. The storage buildings, could be purple, could be Southern Ohio prepping. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's been my concentration since we got to this property, right? The septic was $7,000. The power pole was already here, but we had the, I got the Kubota tractor so that the property could be maintained, right? Moving the cabin from the back of the property up to the front of the property, and then finishing the inside of it. That's an ongoing thing, right? So Josh is doing all the work. We're not contracting it out. He's doing all the work, and with my help, right? So that being said, I'm not gonna even attempt to claim that I know what I'm doing. All I'm doing is helping Josh. Josh is the lead on that, because he's going to live in that cabin until he decides where in this whole scheme of life he's going to be. So that's been my concentration, is getting those supplies paid for. Like we went yesterday, as a matter of fact. So Josh has built the walls in the cabin, and this is, not really homestead related, but it is life, right? So he's built the walls and reinforced and corrected the insulation. I think there's a video showing the inside of the cabin. So the paneling that he chose, we decided not to do drywall because neither Josh nor I know anything about drywall. We don't know how to hang it. We don't know how to mud it. We don't know how to finish it. None of that. So, he decided to go, and I agreed to go with the paneling. So the paneling that he chose, we kind of came together and looked at different variations of paneling for the inside of the cabin. I can't handle the dark atmosphere in a home. It's got to be bright, right? Hey, Beckwoods Law, how are you? Thank you all for joining me. Oh my gosh, I feel special. Anyway, so I can't handle the dark. So I told Josh, I said, I'm not paying for not one sheet of paneling if it is dark. I'm not doing it, right? It's got to be light. It's got to be bright. It's got to brighten the interior, or I'm not going to do it. I mean, I've been known to say, okay. Well, not anymore, right? Which is probably why I'm going to be single forever, because I'm going to say it, not anymore. I want it done this way, or you can count me out. So we come together on a paneling that is brighter. It's not the dark, dreary, Dungeons and Dragons dark paneling. So he's been trying to get the paneling up. He started in the back in the bedroom, right? So hammering those little bitty, what do you call them? Finishing nails, I think is what you call them. Hammering each one of those is ridiculous. So we went yesterday and I got a air compressor and a finish nailer. I think that's what you call it. So he can do the paneling and not hammer each one of those nails, because I was helping. I help after work and in between other things that I'm working on. So I go over there and I help, and I'm like, this is for the birds. This is for the birds. We're not going to do this. We're not. Because it took, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes to get the nails in one piece of paneling. I'm like, no, not going to happen. Get, let's go. So I got the air compressor and the finish nailer. And I said, now, when it's time to put the paneling up, it can be quick. So, needless to say, I spent I spent I don't know, $400 or $500 on those supplies to do that job. So that's been my concentration. Making the money that's necessary to do that sort of thing without having to borrow it. I just can't do it. So that being said, there are other things that have not went the way that I wanted them to go. For instance, the garden beds are still not up, right? There's not really been any quote unquote homesteading done because of concentrating on getting that done. Anyway, the camo camper is still not empty. It's got stuff stored in it still. I probably could, Mickey, but it's not a one-time use thing. It's there are multiple uses for it, and I just thought it was best to invest in something that, the finish nailer was the first thing. Eventually later we'll add a frame nailer. Okay, so I'm totally a girl, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of how it was explained. So it's not a one-time use thing. I thought of it as an investment So that's what I went with. I decided not to rent. That's just like the Kubota tractor, framing nailer. That's what I was trying to think of, Backwoods Law. After the next thing will be the framing nailer, but the finish nailer we need that right now, because to help get the paneling up and not spend half a day hammering little nails in the paneling. Hey, you want to stop? Yeah. Anyway, so it's an investment. We went ahead and went with that. So in the meantime, in amongst all this other, trying to make sure that, all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, I've been working on recipes that I've been trying to, work out for a keto way of eating. So there hasn't been any gardening. There hasn't been any canning. There hasn't been any homestead stuff, So I wanted to find out, I do all the cooking, right? I do all the recipe things that I do that are keto related. Hey, Shelly's keto weight loss journey. How are you? Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, so I do a lot of cooking, a lot of, recipes, keto related recipes. And I thought they're not homestead related, but would you be interested in seeing those recipes? I don't put very much gardening on my channel because I'm not gardening, right? So I thought that I would find out, if you're interested in that sort of thing, let me know, and I will video the things that I do, and share that with, everyone if you're interested. If not, I get it. Discover Sustainable is, like a homestead theme or whatever. But I do other things. And lately I've been doing the keto recipes and the keto cooking. And I thought I would share it with y'all. Excuse me, if you were interested. Let me know your thoughts on that. It wouldn't be homestead related, but it's Discover Sustainable related. Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Southern Ohio prepping. Yeah. For instance, the brisket, smoking the brisket and smoking the pork belly, it's not normally how you would cook a pork belly, you cure it and make it into bacon. That's the normal thing that everybody associates with a pork belly is bacon. Yeah. Thank you, Purple Tea Bear, and thank you, Shelly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right, Backwoods Law, because, if I'm not feeling well, then all of the other things that I want to do don't happen. And eating this way makes me feel better, right? So, and the weight loss happens along with it, of course, but that's not really, that is the focus of a keto way of eating, is to get the extra weight off, but the way you feel, not eating the carbs and not eating the sugar, is an added benefit. Absolutely. So, smoking the pork belly, yeah, that puppy, Backwoods Law, oh my gosh, so stinking rotten already. But I have got her crate trained and housebroken. We've broken through that battle, you know. So she's a lot bigger than she was, right? And she's finally growing into her ears, right? Her ears are still standing straight up. And so anyway, I will be ordering or figuring out some sort of chicken coop here in the near future. As soon as I get over the biggest expense purchase of the supplies that go into the cabin, because I looked at Tractor Supply to get a yes, Backwoods Law, yes. Yes, she will be a terror. Oh my gosh. But she's not a military trained dog, you know. I can't deal with all that. You know, I've been around that freaking ridiculous, vicious, military type dog, and that's not what I want her to be, you know. I've still got scars from that, so I'm done with that. But she's very protective, which is what I wanted. And she will alert me, you know, when she hears something. Exactly, Purple Tea Bear. She is good at that. So yeah. So we had anyway, where was I going? Squirrel. The chicken coop. Okay. So I was looking at Tractor Supply, and they have a chicken coop. They have two different kinds. One is just the metal chicken coop without the chicken house attached. So I thought about that. You know, it's around 1,000. No, it's around 700. But then they have a different one that has the chicken house attached with it, along with the coop run part, and it's about 1,000. So I think that's where I'm leaning toward, because I eat a lot of eggs. I use eggs in my recipes, and I don't like buying eggs. It is a point of irritation when you have to buy eggs that don't taste good. Yep, absolutely, Backwoods Law. So I've always had chickens. I've never had to buy eggs, and the difference when you have to buy eggs versus fresh eggs is a point of contention for me. So the chicken coop is going to come. I'm just waiting on to get over the biggest hurdle with the cabin. The little things like the screws and the you know, little things that don't cost very much is one thing, but yes, incubation, absolutely. I do need them, Purple Tea Bear. I do. You know, I'm not a high maintenance person, right? I don't need a lot of material things, but chickens are one thing that I need, right? So getting over the hurdle of the big expenses to go with the cabin, you know, the shower area, deciding whether to do a little bitty rinky dink corner shower or a larger um, a larger shower was one thing that we had to, that Josh and I talked about. And he asked me, my opinion. And I'm like, don't get a little bitty shower. You know, the shower surround, he was saying, this is what I need to do. The shower surround. The surround goes around, and all you guys out there that are construction oriented, right? I'm not. So, and he was asking me, which way I wanted to go, because I'm the backing for this. So I said, okay, here's my thought on the shower thing, right? Absolutely, backwards law. Absolutely. I said, here's my thought. Instead of doing the surround, the base, which I had mentioned, we were trying to repurpose from the camo camper, and then that was the base. We already had it, I said, ditch that. I want you to go and order a complete unit, which includes the base, the surround, the doors, as one complete unit. I don't want to try to piece together a base, which I'm not doing the building, right? But I'm doing the purchasing. So I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go look for a base, a surround that includes the doors, the framing, the whole thing, and tell me what it is. I said, because if you do a surround and you're not a professional construction person and you don't know what you're doing, the chances of it leaking are higher. If you know what you're doing, then you can possibly put a surround and not have it leak. Same thing with the doors. The shower, I said, what are you going to do for doors? And he said, oh, I'm just going to put a shower curtain up. I said, no, you're not. No, you're not. Because if you're in the shower and you, how do I say? I mean, I'm just being honest here, right? You have someone else in the shower with you, or, whatever. And that shower curtain goes over the edge of the base, then you're going to have water. And water creates problems. I said, that is not going to happen. I said, if you're going to do this and I'm going to make the purchase, you get doors, shower doors that can be closed and not leak water, because the water going behind the surround or outside with the shower curtain, I said, no, not happening. So anyway, that's the route we're going to go with the shower. It's going to be a complete unit that can be put in and water. Exactly, Purple Tea Bear. Hey, Christy Betts, how are you, my friend? Yes. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Freaking shower curtain. No. N-O. Hey, common man, how are you? How are you doing, Christy? How are you doing with that? I'm telling you, my prayers have been going up for you, my friend. It's a big adjustment. It is a big adjustment. Someone that you talk to every day, and they're not there. It is a big adjustment. Big adjustment. A galvanized tub. Yeah. I've done that before. Anyway, so I'm not doing very much gardening. Of course, it's getting wintertime and it's cooling down. So, I don't have many homestead projects going on, fancy smancy stuff. It is concentrating and focusing on a goal. And that is to make sure that everything that is needed to finish the inside of the cabin is available. So, in the meantime, I've been working on, the keto way of eating. So I thought, sometimes I go and I make recipes or whatever. And if you all are interested in seeing that, then I will video it. Otherwise, I don't have any gardening related things to go up on my channel, And then with the hours that I'm working, which, is appreciated right now because of the overtime and the extra money, Yeah. You're right, Christy. You are right. It's an adjustment to your whole way of thinking. Yep, it is. So Josh is continuing on with the cabin, and like I said, I help him as I can. Sometimes, I had planned on, this was my thought, right? I had planned on, as he's going through these different things, to go in there and video him while he's doing it, right? Well, come to find out, he's doing it while I'm working. So I'm not able to go and video anything that he's doing, because that would mean that my job would suffer, and or I would get in trouble. Let's put it like that. I would get in trouble. So I can't do that. But he's working on that, and so far, and it's slow because he's only one person, and besides what I can help him with, and neither one of us know what we're doing, but we're doing it. He does not, Christy Betts. He does not. He's such a pain. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. I hear Maggie whining. Freaking dog. Hang on, y'all. Maggie. What are you doing? She said hello. hello. She said hello. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Right. Oh, he is the opposite, Christy. He is the opposite. Oh my gosh. Yep. Absolutely. Purple Tea Bear. And, like the back wall of the cabin, he wants to put a window in. We're in the South, so air conditioning is a thing, right? You do air conditioning right along with your water supply. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, Maggie, come here, Maggie. I want y'all to see her. I don't know if you got a good look at her just now, but oh God, she's such a brat. She didn't hear me. She is getting big. And let me tell you. So, some dogs are heathens, right? We were out there night before last, I think. And you all, the patio area thing that we built, to that we're going to have to move to put up underneath the cover. I've got that old wood stove out there. Well, we built a fire in it, we were sitting around. Instead of building the fire on the ground, we built it in the wood stove, right? And it works perfect. So Josh was drinking beer, right? He left his beer cans out there. The next morning, Maggie had those beer cans running around with them, chewing on beer cans. I'm like, what a crazy dog. It's got to be painful, but no, she was running around, tossing and playing with the beer cans. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I wasn't drinking beer, but Josh was. I think we were cooking on the grill. I think. Yeah. I forget what we cooked. So, anyway, that's what's been going on with me. Absolutely. And I buy her chew toys, right? So that she doesn't chew on my furniture. Well, when those are gone, those are, they don't last very long, right? Because she's such a chewer, and I have her chew toys out there. I have chew toys. I have chew toys in her crate. I have chew toys outside that she can chew on. She goes and gets a beer can. It's kind of like kids and buying them all these expensive toys, and all they want to do is get in the cabinet and play in the pots and pans, So, yeah. Maggie. 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 Oh, that's why she's ignoring me. You want to come say hey on my live stream? Look, people, look what Maggie drug up. Are you working in the cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working in the cabin. Yeah. Yeah. Backwoods Law said, hello, Josh.
Hi.
Yeah. His light that he's using, he doesn't have the power hooked up over there yet. So in order to see what he's doing, he let me see that light. I found this online and I got it for Josh. Oh my God, it is freaking awesome. So this is the headlamp that I found, right? And it's rechargeable. Okay. So it has the battery, the charging part of it right here. And you plug it in. Where do you plug it in? Right here.
It runs off of two 18650 batteries.
Yeah. Josh said it runs off two 18650 batteries. And you recharge it with a USB. And it has the wire that comes from the back where the batteries are around to the front. And do you see this? This is awesome. Yeah. Pretty cool. So he uses these two little lights right here when he's working in the cabin. But yeah, it's a spotlight and it goes pretty far. We were out there the other night and he was shining. I was like, dang.
It has three different, well, I say four. It has a spotlight high, spotlight low.
Get in frame.
I am in front.
No, you're not.
Let me get down here for short, folks. So the two big ones are spotlights. You have it's spotlight high, spotlight low. Then these two right here, you can flip it over and it's like a zone light. It's not direct, but it'll heat up like the area that you're working in. And then it has red lights, and then it flashes for the SOS lights. It does the SOS for the spotlight, the SOS for the ambient light, the SOS on the red light. And I think that's it.
But it's pretty bright. That spotlight is pretty bright. You can see pretty good ways out there. Yep. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like, I don't know, $15 maybe. And it's you can charge it by USB or recharge it by USB. Yeah. Pretty cool. And it works good. So I had one, just a small, I think it was, I don't know, from the dollar store maybe. It didn't last very long. Hey, you want to stop? Don't do that. Trying to chew something.
They can probably answer the question about what the light on the back is for. So on the battery pack, like this goes on the back of your head, but it has a, I don't know if you can see that.
Let me see.
See that red LED strip on the back of the battery pack? It does that, and then you can flip it over to flashing, and then you can turn it off. But that's on the, when you put it on, like that's on the back of your head, like facing backwards. I don't know what that's for.
I don't know. We thought maybe that it was for like if you're outside and somebody's behind you, they can see where you are in the dark, maybe. That's the only thing I can figure. I told Josh this is tail lights. Yep. So, yeah, so Mama knows where you are. Yep. So I don't run over him. Oh, safety for walking, SOP says. There you go. Yep. Or riding on a bike, which is what I said. Tail lights. Yeah. It's tail lights. Yep. So it works good. Because in the dark, you know, it's getting dark. It's getting dark sooner now, earlier. We're fixing to be upon the time change, daylight savings time and all that. She gonna get in her crate. Yeah. Finally got her trained to where I can tell her, get in your kennel, and she'll go get in her kennel, you know. But
I gotta go to work.
All right. I'll be over there later. Your brother's supposed to be here sometime to bring that smoker. Do you have that brisket and pork belly out? Is it? Okay. Love it. Are cat eyes like on the back of a K-pot? I don't know what that is, Backwoods Law. Ruthie Ann dog. Oh, that's neat, Christy. Yeah. Anyway, so I think he's going to. We just got that that air compressor. Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification, Backwoods Law, because like I'm not military, so I don't know those military terms. You know, at this point, I don't even freaking care. But anyway. Glad you clarified that. We had cat eyes on the back so you could follow the person in front of you on a patrol. I got you. Makes sense. Yeah. I just didn't know the terms. Sorry about that. So we got back late last night with the air compressor and the finish nailer thing. So I think that's what he's going to go out there and do. Get that all unboxed and hooked up and ready to go. And then it should make quicker work of the paneling, putting the paneling up. Because trying to hold the light and help him hold the paneling while he does all the hammering is just no. No. So I found that headlamp online. And it, I said, okay, well, I'll get it and see if it works. Well, it works pretty dang good. So it should, and he can do it without me there and have light, because with it getting darker sooner, then he can continue to work after dark, because that was a problem. That was a problem, having enough light. Yep. So anyway, that's what's been going on with me, y'all. Not too much working in the garden, not happening yet. Yeah, I hope so, Purple Tea Bear, because the way that he's got the inside of the cabin designed, it was just a shell. I mean, it had been paneled before, but we moved it from Louisiana up here, and then it just set during the time that I was in Tennessee, right? So, hey, Bob942, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, and with the settling down of the whole, unsettling feeling, right? Moving from Louisiana to Tennessee, and then having to move back from Tennessee to Louisiana because of Mom, and having that whole thing settle down. It took an adjustment period. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We will see. We still have the property in Tennessee. I can always go there if I want to. But anyway. Yeah, I think there's a lot of other things that went into play, Purple Tea Bear, that we won't get into. But with that all being over, I feel like all my stuff is finally in one place, being strung out the whole time Mom was sick, and the whole time I was dealing with that probating her will and all that. Everything was so strung out, strung across 3 different states. It was ridiculous. I would not recommend that on anybody. No. So, but I did what I needed to do, So, handled up on my mom's business and took care of everything. Severed a relationship in the process, right? I have a brother that I have completely, I will never, ever, ever forgive him. So that relationship is severed and will not ever be resurrected. Sometimes, your family is not really your family. Your family can be someone that you're not related to. So, yep. In the process, I've lost a brother. And that's okay. That's all right. I've been by myself long enough to where, just it is what it is, So, but I do still have one brother, right? I had 2 brothers, or I have 2 brothers that I'm related to, but I still have one brother that, yeah, absolutely, Bob. absolutely. But the youngest brother, I'm the oldest. I have two younger brothers. Um, the youngest brother, um, I will never, ever, 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 you know, forgive him and for things that he said. So it is what it is, you know, and I can promise you, I will not regret it. I don't. The one that's under me, we still have a relationship. You know, we still talk or whatever occasionally. Um, but sometimes your family is not people you're related to. You know. So anyway, well, so let me know your thoughts on the recipe thing. You know, if you'd be interested in following along with me on those sorts of things, since I'm not really I have I have raised beds that I've ordered that are not put together and they're not um, established to where they're going to be. The chicken thing will be coming, but concentrating on the cabin and getting it done so that we can get rid of the extra campers that we have. You know, that's what I'm focused on right now, and um, conveniently, work is working along with me, so they're they have no issue with when I want to work the overtime to get the extra money to, you know, go and spend $600 on supplies or whatever. They don't have a problem with it. So that's good, you know. I don't have to struggle to do that. So anyway, I'll be glad if Spicy brings that smoker, you know. Watch out, Purple ordered some and got a necklace instead. What does that mean, Backwoods Law? Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and close out today's live stream. I'm so glad that y'all joined me and I appreciate it. Oh, raised beds? Yeah. Yeah. So I ordered, you know, one of them that I ordered, I wanted the deeper raised beds. Oh, dang. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, Southern Ohio Prepping. Yes, she is, Christy Betts. She was in a pageant here a while back. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. Yep, and got an attitude too. I tell Spicy all the time, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, I wanted to order some deeper raised beds. The ones that I got were 12 inches 12 inches deep. I wanted some that were deeper because I feel like, you know, if they're deeper, then it'll raise them up more and keep the rabbits out better, you know, or easier or whatever. And I haven't gotten the ones that I got are only 12 inches deep. So, you know, wherever I put them, they're going to have to be fenced in because the deer are just crazy here, you know. So, but yeah, they were supposed to be coming from Vermont. Oh, dang. Wow. Instead, got a necklace from China. That is crazy. Yes. Absolutely, Purple. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a good idea, Backwoods, because, you know, rabbits will take it out. They will take out plants, you know, even if you have them fenced in where the deer can't get to them, rabbits will take out your crop. whatever you're growing. So the deeper that you have them, the harder it is, or the better, the more rabbit deterrent it is, the deeper they are. So I was wanting raised beds that are 18 to 24 inches deep, but I haven't purchased them yet. The ones that I have gotten are only 12 inches deep. So I still have to find the ones that are 24 inches deep, that are not, ridiculously expensive, right? Yeah. We don't have groundhogs here, Purple Tea Bear, but we do have rabbits. Yeah, we do. Yep. Chipmunks had one eat all my basil. Oh my goodness. I'm sure we have them here, Mickey, but I haven't seen any. So, but yeah. So the benefits of having the 24-inch or the 18 to 24-inch deep raised beds, you don't have to bend over as far, like Purple Tea Bear mentioned. And then you don't have to, having them higher will deter the rabbits easier. And then give, like Backwoods Law mentioned, give depth for the roots of the plant, as opposed to the shorter 10-inch beds or 12-inch beds or whatever. But so far, what I've gotten is 12 inches, because that's all I've been able to find that I can, justify the purchase for at this time. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to close out the live stream today, and I appreciate every one of you coming in and hanging with me for a bit. And we'll see how it goes. Yep. I've got a new kitchen gadget that I ordered and I got in, and I've been playing with that. So, but like I said, it's not garden related. So I don't really know that the homesteading community would be interested in even seeing it, because it's not garden related, but it is life related. And, health and well-being is part of the journey, in my opinion. So anyway, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.